Hello my dear friend, today's a bit of a sort of a different kind of video compared to my normal ones, but basically I've had a lot of people ask me in the past, how do you be successful? What exactly are the things that you need to do just to get your mindset right, especially when things aren't going your way? I feel like especially since COVID, there's been a lot of people that just don't feel like the world is the same place, and I agree, but a lot of it I feel like has to do with your mindset and the things in life that have changed in society that has led to a massive mindset shift. So this video is more so about getting your mindset back aligned. So this guide's gonna walk you through the steps of how to transform your life, boost your success, and become the kind of person that makes people wonder, how do they do it? And don't worry, it's not magic or anything, just a lot of hard work basically. So step one, like with anything, you have to lay the foundation here. So what's the first thing that you do every single day? Is wake up. So your morning routine is gonna be your foundation. So that thing basically between hitting the snooze button and scrolling Instagram, yeah, we're gonna change that. Your morning routine is the foundation of your day, and if you want to build a skyscraper of success, you can't start waking up with a foundation of marshmallows. So step one, wake up at the same time every single day. And yes, that includes weekends, you party animal. I really think consistency is the biggest thing here. Your body's internal clock is going to thank you, and you're gonna start to feel way more energized just by having your circadian rhythm locked down every single day. Set the alarm, and when it goes off, jump out of bed like you're on fire. No more 5 more minutes, those minutes add up, and before you know it, you've wasted half your life hitting snooze. I know people who set alarms every 5 minutes for an hour or two before they need to wake up. This will lead to turning off the alarm, falling back asleep every 5 minutes. If this is you, adjust your alarm to go off every single minute and put it loud. I'm talking super loud and also out of reach, so you have to get up. Force yourself to get up. Now let's establish the morning routine that would make even the most disciplined monk nod in approval. I like to start with prayer or meditation, whichever one floats your own spiritual boat. This isn't about religion. It's about setting your intentions for the day and essentially centering yourself. Think of it as turning like your internal radio to the success station instead of the hot mess frequency. Most people can't sit in silence, and you become comfortable with your thoughts, or you're able to leave your worries to a higher power. Next, of course, hydration. You gotta hydrate. Drink water like you're a camel preparing for a trek across the Sahara. Your body's 60% water, so treat it like the desert oasis it is. My goal is 1 liter of water within 1 hour of waking, and I have many of my clients on a similar protocol. You can even put like a pinch of salt or some electrolytes in the water just to give you a bit more of a boost as well. After you've quenched your thirst, it's time to feed your mind. Read something inspirational or educational for at least 10 minutes, and yes, you can listen to an audiobook or something like that too. And no, scrolling through memes does not count, no matter how inspirational that cat hanging from a branch telling you to hang in there might be. And this can depend on your interests, so there's a wide variety of things. I read books on marketing, public speaking, and business. Read whatever you like. If you like history from the, 1200s, read history from the 1200s, just do something that's inspirational and gets you ready to go. Now that your mind is awake, it's time to wake up your body. Go for a walk, even if it's just walking around your living room. Get the blood flowing and those endorphins pumping. If you're feeling particularly ambitious, hit the gym. I love going to the gym first thing in the morning. It always starts my day on the right note. If you're short on time, simply some push-ups or even a light stretching routine will do the trick. Stick to this routine like your life depends on it, because in a way it kind of does. Do this for 3 months without fail and watch your confidence skyrocket faster than one of those SpaceX rockets. You never know, maybe Elon will want to hire you for his next Mars mission. And after all, if you could conquer your morning routine, maybe Mars is gonna be a piece of cake. Step 2, you have to embrace a growth mindset. Time to ditch that fixed mindset of yours. It's holding you back more than you know. A growth mindset is really your biggest ticket to success, so hop on board and leave your excuses at the station. First up, just be curious and ask questions, even if you think you know everything. Newsflash, you don't. None of us do. The moment you think you know everything is the moment you stop growing. So channel your inner 3-year-old, minus the tantrums, and start asking why about everything. Why is the sky blue? Why do we drive on parkways and park on driveways? Why does your coworker insist on microwaving sardines in the office kitchen? The world is full of mysteries, and you're now a detective on the case. And this just allows you to be more curious with people. So aim to learn from everyone, and I mean everyone. Yes, even that guy who can't figure out how to use the office coffee machine. You truly never know where wisdom might be hiding and where people are actually brilliant in different endeavors in life. Maybe the barista who misspells your name has the secret to world peace. Maybe your Uber driver writes 1,000-page fantasy novels. And this is a true story. I actually met someone like this. Keep your ears open and your judgment on mute. Every person you meet is a walking, talking library of experiences. So with that, start checking out some books. Authors do a great job of writing down a lot of what they know, and this is your opportunity to absorb it. And here's a crazy idea too. Stop telling people how much you know. Trust me, most people do not care. In fact, the more you brag about your knowledge and your own achievements, the less impressive you become. It's like trying to prove you're cool. The harder you try, the less cool you appear. Instead, let your actions speak louder than words. Be the person who listens more than they speak. You've heard the statement, 2 ears, 1 mouth for a reason. It's amazing how much you can learn when you're not busy running your mouth. And remember, the world isn't how it is, it's how you see it. So put those rose-colored glasses on and start seeing opportunities everywhere. That problem at work or school, it's not a headache, it's your chance to showcase your problem-solving skills. The traffic jam, not necessarily a waste of time. It could be an opportunity to catch up on that podcast you've been listening to or call your mom. That rejection, it's not necessarily failure. It's a redirection to something better. Your perspective is your superpower here, so use it wisely. I like to think we all have big life-changing opportunities that come up about twice a year. Reflect on your life and you probably see it yourself. It could be a new job or a trip opportunity or the person that you met that you told, let's grab coffee soon, and you never spoke to again. Be open to experiences. Step 3, develop some key skills. Now that you've got the foundation and the mindset, it's time to start working on the skills that will make you more interesting than a Netflix documentary about tiger owners. These skills are your toolkit for success, so make sure that you polish them. First up is persuasion. And this isn't about manipulating people, it's about learning to tell stories that don't put people to sleep. Persuasion is the art of getting people to see things from your perspective, and it does start with storytelling. Learn to craft narratives that captivate, inspire, and motivate. Whether you're pitching an idea to your boss or trying to convince your friends to try that new sushi place, your ability to persuade will be your secret weapon. I recommend checking out How to Win Friends and Influence People and basically any book by Robert Cialdini for recommended reading. Next, let's talk about emotional intelligence. So it's time to observe your thoughts like they're exotic animals in a zoo. Oh look, there goes an anxiety swinging from tree to tree. And over there, we have anger pacing back and forth in its cage. The ability to recognize and manage your emotions, as well as understand and influence the emotions of others, is crucial. It's like having a superpower, but instead of flying or invisibility or teleportation, you get to navigate social situations without putting your foot in your mouth every 5 minutes. You just do this by putting yourself out there more and doing all the things that I mentioned up to this point. Read books, talk to people, be curious about them, get out and practice. Executive communication is next on our list. Time is money, and nobody wants to listen to you ramble on like a politician filibustering a bill. So learn to get to the point. When you're trying to talk to successful people, or really just anyone who's better than you at something, remember that their time is valuable. They don't need to hear your life story or a detailed process of how you came to a conclusion. Like with social media, give them the highlight reel, not the director's cut with commentary. Effective communication is a skill, but so is efficient communication. Last but not least, I think you should learn to understand human behavior. Here's a mind-blowing fact. Everyone's favorite topic is themselves. Shocking, I know. Use this knowledge to your advantage. Learn to ask questions that get people talking about themselves, their passions, their dreams, their life experiences. Not only will you learn a ton, aka just be curious about people, but I think you'll also be remembered as a great conversationalist. It's like being a therapist, but without the hefty bill or responsibility of actually solving people's problems. What Every Body is Saying is a great book on learning body language that can help at this point. Step 4, you gotta take action. All right, it's time to stop overanalyzing everything like it's the final season of Game of Thrones, which was terrible, by the way. Hated it. Analysis paralysis is the enemy of progress, so it's time to actually jump in and start swimming. Or failing if you can't tread water. Next, you gotta invest in yourself. Your future self will thank you here, unlike those Bitcoin investments that keep you up at night. Take courses, not the scam ones, some of the good ones that actually exist. Attend workshops, hire a coach. Yes, it might be expensive, but think of it as buying stock in yourself. And unlike the stock market, you actually have a bit more control over the return on your investment. I spent probably close to $15,000 or $20,000 in coaches and mentors in the last couple years, and it's paid dividends for me. With action comes failure, which you must learn to embrace. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of success. It's like falling in love, the more you do it, the better you get at it, sort of. Depends on the person, I guess. Each failure is a lesson, a stepping stone, a notch in your belt of experience. So fail fast, fail often, and fail forward. The richest billionaires have had plenty of startups that fail. Investors have made many horrible investments. Your favorite athlete has lost countless times. Just learn from it and grow. And while taking action, it's key to reframe it as trying to provide value to others. It'll come back to you tenfold, unlike those chain emails you used to forward back in the early 2000s. When you meet someone, don't think about what you can get from them. Instead, think about what you can give. Maybe it's a book recommendation, like I gave you several already, a business connection, or just a genuine compliment. The more you give, the more that you'll receive. It's like karma, but I like to think with a better return on your investment here. This is how you get a lot of the opportunities that I mentioned to you earlier. And here's the kicker. Again, take massive action. Don't just dip your toe in the water. You gotta dive in head first. Metaphorically, of course, please don't actually dive head first into unknown waters. I want you to be successful here, not a hospital patient. Set big goals, make bold moves, and don't be afraid to ruffle a few feathers. The world does not reward timidity. The world does not reward shyness, it rewards audacity. And with that, people won't like you, and that is okay. Step 5, master the art of communication. I know I mentioned communication skills earlier, but I thought this also deserved its own section. So as you move up in the world, you'll meet more and more successful people, hopefully like you. Success could be seen as the jacked guy in the gym. It could be the rich guy spending money frivolously on a vacation. It could be the leader of a research lab that you're working in, or a professor, or some other mentor. Regardless, remember these golden rules of communication. They are like your cheat codes of social interaction, so make sure that you use them wisely. Again, ask good questions. Not just any questions, the questions that show you've been listening and that you're genuinely interested. How did you come up with that innovative solution? Is much better than, so what do you do? Good questions lead to good conversations, and good conversations lead to good relationships. And again, tell concise stories. When it's your turn to talk, be interesting, be brief, and be gone. One thing I like to say is think of your stories like Twitter posts. You know, the old 140 character limit, not this new long form nonsense. Get to the point, make it engaging, and wrap it up before people start checking their watches. Just don't waste anyone's time. And remember, some people's hourly rate is probably higher than your monthly rent, so be respectful of other people's time, and they'll be more likely to give you more of it in the future. If you've only got 5 minutes with someone important, make those 5 minutes count. Don't spend 4 of them talking about the weather and then complaining about traffic. For example, when someone asks you what you do, don't give them your life story. Keep it short and sweet, like, I'm a professional cat herder, I bring order to chaos, one feline at a time. Intriguing, concise, and slightly humorous, the perfect conversation starter. And here's a pro tip as well, learn to read the room. If someone's checking their phone, looking around, or giving one-word answers, it's time to wrap it up. Try not to be that person who can't take a hint. Just be the person who leaves people wanting more. So with this all, remember, success does not happen overnight. It's a journey like the Lord of the Rings, but with fewer orcs and maybe more networking events. It takes some time, some effort, and a willingness to step out of your comfort zone. I really think this whole video can be summarized to step out of your comfort zone. Be consistent, stay perseverant, and you'll get there. Be consistent with your morning routine, even when you'd rather stay in bed. Keep learning and growing, even when you think you have it all figured out. Take action, even when you're scared. Being scared is part of the process, but that's where growth comes from. So basically, just put it all together, you got this.